Well, well.
Oh.
Well, hello. Well. Super Bowl fame. My God. Has life changed for you since I saw that commercial?
Ryan,
That was
I
so
mean,
funny.
my kids did have Cheetos for the first time in their life, so their life changed.
I was, I was wondering, do you guys eat that many? Probably not.
You mean like in real life?
Yeah.
No, because I'm like, and I'm not like a super progressive parent by any means, but I don't really have like Cheetos in the house. But
Yeah.
let me tell you something. This is no joke. I ate Cheetos for 2 days. I
Oh,
really
shooting
like
that?
them. Huh? No, Brian,
They're
like
delicious.
legit, they were really good. I'm sorry. Like I was like, oh, all right, I should get some for the kids. And so I brought home a bag of Cheetos from set, and I was like, guys, prepare to have your mind blown. These are wonderful. Like, I forgot how good they were.
She brought home the Cheetos. Shaggy now living with Ashton and Mila. Everybody's having a good time. No, it was very, very funny. Made me laugh. That was cool.
Okay, good. I mean, the whole point, right? Like, we all just want to laugh a little now. It's just such a bizarre time.
How does one cast? How do you get into a Super Bowl commercial? How's that work?
You sell your soul.
I'm used to that.
No, you know what? Like, once in a blue moon, you do get these amazing ads, like requests to do this stuff. And for whatever reason, they're always a little bit lame or a little cheesy, no pun intended.
Right.
And this one came, and I think it was just timing. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the middle of a pandemic. My husband and I were excited to get out of the house, and it made us laugh. And I think we just needed
Yeah,
a
you
good
need
laugh.
that levity.
Yeah, we read and we're like, oh, this is funny. Like, it's funny. It's like, it's carefree. It's taking I can't say it on air, but like the zhuzh out of people, taking things too
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think, I don't know why they asked AK and I to do
It
it.
was. It was very entertaining. It was one of my favorites. And didn't Ashton just have a birthday the other day?
His birthday's on the Super Bowl. Like his
yeah.
birthday's always either on the Super Bowl, the day before, or the day after. It goes around there.
And so, do you have to do anything specific, or you just kind of say, falls on the same day? It's a big day
it's
anyway.
a pandemic. It's like one of those things where we're like, what'd you do? And I was like, just threw a big rager in the house.
But we thought we heard the noise down the street. But does he have like a meal or something he loves? Or food or something like that he loves?
He likes alcohol. So
You're so
this is
funny.
too early, right? This is where I get in trouble.
No, this is I like this.
He enjoys a good glass of wine. I think you know this. And
What is he? Are you guys making wine?
not personally. Oh, you mean with like the pandemic, the quarantine wine that we did?
Yeah.
We did it out of a drunken conversation that I had at night where I was like, I feel really hopeless.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do. And I was drinking lots of wine.
It was a great idea. Yeah.
And I was like, this makes people feel good. So we technically aren't doing it. Our friends have Knocking Point, the company that makes the wine. We kind of, bulldoze our way into it. And we're like, we have an idea. But we ourselves aren't necessarily doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I am beginning to make olive oil. And so if we stay friends,
true?
I will send you some of my EVOO. Yes. It's become my new hobby.
As in you press your own olive oil or you go to Italy and procure it somehow?
No, I'm planting the orchard.
Ryan.
I'm pruning.
Like a legit endeavor.
This is like I have to have a backup plan when this all goes away.
This is his
Trust me,
retirement.
I hear you. My backup plan is this thick of lots of companies.
I was thinking about when you were talking about the wine thing. I mean, I haven't figured out to what good cause, but I know that you are foodie. So when I have the fresh pressed, expect a little coming your way.
But don't threaten me with a good time, Ryan. I mean it. Like I would love a good olive oil.
I know. And this Tanya, Patty, Sissany, kind of making fun of me for my new hobby, by the way.
Oh, I'm not making fun of you.
Okay, wait, guys. Let me add so that you guys have more things to make fun of. So in the midst of the pandemic, I decided to become a farmer. I'm not from the country. I can't grow a flower to save my life.
Right.
But it was a pandemic. So in our backyard, we grew, I think, 200 like ears of corn in LA.
Oh my gosh.
In LA, I was like,
Like Field of Dreams corn?
Legitimately Field of Dreams corn, right?
Children of the corn.
Yes. And our kids, by the way, were quarantined. So they're like shirtless, running around
Aw.
in the cornfield.
That's so good.
It was awesome. And I grew so much corn. I literally have never, people are like, this isn't going to take the soil, blah, 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 the LA weather, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
And it worked.
all of it took. Every single thing I planted took. We had so much corn. I was like, well, maybe
What'd you make with it?
Cornbread, corn souffle, corn on the cob. We like gave out corn to our neighbors. Literally, we're like, here's some. We would just drop off like 40 years of corn to our neighbors. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened.
You know, isn't it amazing? Like, I find happiness in what I'm doing, and there's like happiness in that too, isn't it? It's like simple happiness. Yeah.
It's things like I get it. Like I get the 100-year-old, like the old school farmers that literally physically planted something, seeded it, and so I had so much. I've never been more proud of my own work than of that corn. I was like, look what I did. Eat that corn. I made it.
I did that. We are going to take a break and come back with Mila Kunis here and talk about her movie. Hang on one second. And corn. Yes. Mila Kunis is with us. Breaking news in Yuba County, which is available on digital and in select theaters on Friday. Tell us a little bit about it, Mila.
Okay, I'll just tell you. So I signed on to doing it because I thought it was one of the most creative voices on paper that I had ever read.
Right.
When you read Amanda's writing, who's the writer of it, it reminds you a little bit of Coen Brothers, a little bit of like a whodunit, a little quirky left of center. And I was like, this is one of the better, most well-written scripts I've ever read. And then you put Allison in it. And I've been a super fan of Allison's for however many years, 20 plus years. I stalked her at a restaurant. She doesn't remember it. I remember it. I have
Allison Janney's one of the best.
Unbelievable. Also, I learned all about politics from the West Wing. So
me too. Yes.
Obviously, you're not. Yeah. So when I started a restaurant, however many years ago, I was like, I love you. And she was like, okay, weirdo. But then cut 2 years later, I was like, do you remember? And she was like, no, I mean, I was like, oh, okay, I do. Anyway, so what's the movie about? Essentially, it's about 15 minutes of fame and how far will you go to get it and sustain it. And it's about like a woman who is kind of like down on her luck. She's got like a husband who doesn't really appreciate her. No one really sees her. She's essentially invisible. And through a series of circumstances, something happens and we have to find her husband. And through that process, she becomes a local star and finally gets attention that she's always sought. And it's, what does that attention do to you as a human being and to your soul? And how much are you willing to sacrifice your morals to maintain that attention?
Yeah.
I play her younger sister, who's a nondescript, local, super local journalist. I mean, like as local as a journalist can get. And we kind of set this in like maybe 90s. It's like we based it off of a bunch of 90s local journalists on YouTube. And so she's like a little scrappy and trying her hardest to get a story and break her sister into fame and success. And there's two journalists.
And when did you do it?
Well, I feel like everything's blended into 1 year. So we're in 2021, right?
Yeah.
Now 2020. So now 2019.
So you did in 2019. So it's that long ago. Wow.
Yeah, I did it in Mississippi. Natchez, Mississippi is where we shot it.
It looks funny.
It's so funny, guys. It's like, it's genuinely one of those movies where it's cast really big, right? There's like a big ensemble cast around it, but it very much reminds me, and I hate comparing writers to writers, but like the best of the Coen Brothers version. This is like has an essence of that.
That's a good essence to have. So check it out. Theaters and digital Friday. Mila Kunis, great to see you. Tell your man to check in and we'll catch up, okay?
Okay, will do.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.